Hello there. Okay, so this is your favorite, townhouse mid-tier like fabulous rapper. This is Ludacris, and this is my journal and tutorial for rap. If you don't know my profile, I'm known for giving a tutorial for rap on YouTube, meaning that I know how to get on the inside of rappers, so the outside I shine heavily. So what this is my connection to rap, my knowledge of rappers and how they live. And if I got more verbal communication, what this video is this is telling you that I know how to make my own instrumental. But if you gave me more, physical validation, that means there'll be no stars videos, no this and that. I used to say that I was this little kid, that I was a sexy nerd in 8th grade, and that I want my mom to say, oh, when I want you to go out dressing, I want you to do this, and this. And what ends up happening is that contributes clearly to their future, because what I learned about all rap is that, first off, rap is made from a mental condition. In order for them to create all those crazy ass flows, they have to be, oblivious of the situation. Meaning that if you're a good rapper, literally, and if your flow is concrete in the game, that means you're the most mental. And the reason why you're the most mental is because daily you go, outside the situation and in depth in your own little world, and you don't really go in depth outside. And rappers have notorious tutorial for falling to things like sports, things that literally are multi-dimensional, and the heavily intertwined with women. And what I'm going to show you today is literally how you can build up, things like women over time, all the way to the point where you can defeat all of them. Because here's the key, to all, rap and everything. So I have a connection to all media, but it's based off an auntie basis. And when I mean that it's based off an auntie basis, that means it's based off Run DMC. And Run DMC is my dad in Chicago. And little do you know, the more you know about your mom, the more that she traveled. Not just my mom per se, but when you start figuring out more about, the world and traveling in general, crossing past them over time. So this isn't about, a rapper being a social failure, but why a rapper literally is the best at socializing and, an overall, aspect, because it's a rap and they have all the girls in music videos. So the best way to depict this video is Run DMC is the basis of rap. So there's a significant difference from rap and hip-hop. Hip-hop is more funk and fun-loving, and rap is more thuggish, hard like the pen. So there's this earlier, video that I made that I had to adapt to the hard part of hip-hop, because, the eloquent part, the genuine aspect of hip-hop will be overshadowed by the pen, by the hard hip-hop. So what needs another to survive, because the other end is ignoring society, but on the other end it can appeal to a gang. You gotta watch out. So originally I was supposed to be the voice actor for Nokia, and it was to be made up for being based off of that with our friend. The thing that this does here is it shows you why I was prepared and why literally I went so in depth into rap as a whole. So what ended up happening was I was a rapper named Ludacris. Literally, he used to train like 50 Cent because I had green eyes. So what I did was I hid behind Snoop Dogg. I hid behind this thing called a scheme. And a scheme is when you learn how to be a mob boss, or a mob boss mentality. A mob boss means that literally I guaranteed to have over 100 people in my arsenal. I also guaranteed to be over 100 women, and a mob boss is changed for regular rap. So what I did was I was a mob boss before I started putting songs online. So what I did was literally I negotiated, because I know a producer can treat you like a very little kid. And when you already have an idea, I know some rappers like Fabulous, and some people where a vision like Fabulous get gaslighted by a rap battle gang and league. So I'm actually, very enthusiastic when it comes to rap battles as a whole. There's one from a gang, there's one from actual legal criticism. So I'm gonna put it like this. When I recognized something was hard, literally what was eloquent went out the door. And what ended up happening was I ended up, learning how to rap faster and learning how to appeal to multiple audiences. And that's versus somebody's original idea. Not knowing all that is why I had the chance to make a movie and so forth, because I recognized that their rap wasn't pretty. So far so good. Literally, I saw Fat Joe last time I was in Oakland. I saw Burner last time I was in Oakland. Literally, and I flew by Too Short when I was at Newport Beach. So when it comes to, the actual continuity, literally, before I drew my comic book, Kido, Morihiro, Kaka, I was making various, movies in my head called The Rap Realm, literally, where Kid Buu turned into a pirate, literally, and stretched out his arm. So what happened, what recently happened in the media is I showed them literally the other half of literally, back when I was in 7th and 8th grade, all the way to a point where I'm using characters, girls like Marisol, literally. Marisol was a girl who I looked at, literally, when I was in 7th grade, right next to Max Chance, literally, and we looked at each other, it was on the level of Eminem, literally, and literally, she was glancing at me like a fucking movie, and then she told me to shut the fuck up, literally. So what I did was, what this video is for is I break down a mental condition within a rapper, and what ends up happening, literally, is you recognize that I did the least out of all the rappers, and that's why I learned from the hood, back when I was over at Alpha Omega. So that shut the fuck up now became a token, and now literally that's a part of my mob boss strategy, because it's no longer the beginning. And then there was this girl called Victoria who I kept on staring at her titties in PE. Literally, so now that these are both tokens, these are both, tools that I can pull out if I ever wanted to add on to my rap resume. Because this isn't everything at once, literally, and this is, turning out to be adjacently because of the way I'm structuring it. So, I used to look up things like porn, and I learned that, the way I got Irina and so many other girls lately is on the level of sensual. And what sensual is going in depth is sexual, literally, in the background, literally, like, girls just want to have fun in a movie. So what ends up happening, literally, is over time, literally, when I get girls like Daniela, literally, and I wear sleeves, literally, I can get in a rapper like Fabulous, and Fabulous, literally, can be disqualified in her first, 30 seconds. And so what ended up happening is I ended up being all the rappers, including Busta Rhymes, all the way to a point where if you want to put me in a separate filter, I got the 7 Dragon Balls. So far so good. I real commit, to the new filter and background, which is Fringe. But this is telling the story of a rapper and how I got there, because lately what ends up happening is I end up, becoming my own barber, start working on my cut, literally start working on my 50 cents every single day, all the way to a point where I can bring my friend James along to BET. So what this is this is telling you that literally that a rapper isn't just, a social failure, but is also, a jack of all trades. And then I took an exit tutorial that they are the only ones to actually date. So what makes, impossible to call out the beginning and like in real life, first off, a mob boss is, getting the critical standards of having over 100 people. He's also adapting to the whole society. With the people who you compare it to, like, Tyrone, Jelani and all of them go to jail, while he continues literally in the background of society. So what he does is literally, he points to literally a Tinkerbell literally or a Tooth Fairy literally, and then he actually backs up an action and knocks you the fuck out literally, or puts you in a situation to let you know every action is gonna have a reaction literally. So what's gonna end up happening is like, oh, you said Tinkerbell is kind of hard to ignore the Godfather because I'm killing you. So he has an edge, but he also does in society. If you call out literally the beginning of a Godfather, what you gotta get is you gotta get more interest, and you're not gonna get further because they currently are obsessed with him. And doing so, a rapper literally that is the jack of all trades will always, come across somebody who was the jack of all trades in the past, like me and Leo. Leo can rap fast, he can do anything, literally. When you're the flow, that can't be replaced. So that's, the lesson I learned literally when I was going to things back at, the regional center, back when you understand that literally that rap does come with a mental condition, but that is the formula of success. See how they're crazy, see how they're focused on nothing else, but, they're able to come out on top. So if you do what they do together, you get the radio. You see how, Snoop Dogg has that calm, collect, cool down flow, literally, but he's also a huge fucking thug. That means he learned both, just like me. We all want to have a romantic relationship deeper. It doesn't work out that way. And we learn later on, literally, that in order to achieve those things, you have to work out. So when you try to go back to the day where their brother says work out, it doesn't apply, because adjacently you're on a higher level of game. Because you continued, and the game that your brother is referring to is back when they first played sports. You're figured out literally in a second. You understand literally why I actually evolved, because that's the whole point of the mob boss. You have more than they can currently ever dream of. You worked out at your own pace instead of working out with people. So that's the only actual criticism that you can get, because the thing that you're arguing against is the result of the Godfather. So what you have to recognize is that they applied their charming where the brother advice is leaning towards more athletic, socially with everybody instead of just socializing with girls. But you're in a top hat position to say sausage fest. You see how that's funny like Bugs Bunny? After that, every action has a reaction, and this is a tutorial video.